On the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
On the previously on the Herd. From Learfield, Iowa Hawkeye Softball is brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Oak Knoll Retirement Community. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes. And by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy online. Get your medical card today. Visit budmary.com. Hawkeye Softball is on the air.
Underway from Bob Pearl Field this morning, I suppose, as first pitch comes in right at 11:01. The series finale between Iowa and Minnesota this Monday morning. Jalen Adams on the mound for the Hawkeyes, deals the 1-1 pitch that's hit on the ground to third. Jackson picks it up for the Hawkeyes, throws it across. Nice pick out of the dirt by Sammy Diaz, one away. In the top of the first inning, Minnesota in town. They're 25-22 on the season, 11-8 in the Big Ten. The Hawkeyes 16-25. Iowa is 4-15 in the Big Ten. One away for Taylor Kraft. The Golden Gophers have won the first 2 games of this series. 7-5 on Saturday and 6-2 yesterday in 9 innings. Hawkeyes looking to avoid the sweep this morning. Kraft stands in from the right side. Adams, the right-hander, deals. Strike on the inside corner. Kraft was held hitless yesterday for the Golden Gophers, 0 for 5. But 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in on Saturday. There's strike 2 from Adams. In the driver's seat now, 0-2. See if Adams goes for a chase pitch or attacks immediately. Here comes the 0-2. Off the end of the bat, hit foul to the first base side. We'll do it again. Nice day in Iowa City. Bob Pearl Field, just off the Coralville Strip. A few clouds in the sky, wind blowing out to center. Sun shining down, low 60s is the high today. 0-2 from Adams. That's low and out, ball 1. One-two pitch. Hit well to left, down the line, and it is gone. It's a home run for Taylor Kraft. It hit the top of the wall and clipped over. The Golden Gophers have a 1-0 lead in the first. 10th home run of the season for Kraft.
Number 2, second baseman Sidney Stringwell.
And Minnesota out in front early. Pitch on the inner half, and Kraft turned on it right down the line. Stayed fair. 1-0 Minnesota. Here's Sidney Strelo. Takes ball 1 high and out. Iowa defensively. Avery Jackson at third. Torrey Bennett at short. Jenna Young is the second baseman. Over at first is Sammy Diaz. There's strike 1 on the inside corner. In the outfield for Iowa today, left to right, Briley Klosterman Grace Baines and Tatiana Roman. Catcher today for the Hawkeyes is Skyland Pogue. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Adams. That's high, 2-1. Third home run of the series for Kraft gives Minnesota the early lead. Strelo batting .296 on the season for the Golden Gophers, the starting at second base. 2 balls and a strike now from Adams. Stands in from the right side. Adams delivers. That's high. Ball 4 for Strelo. She draws the walk.
Number 77, third baseman Kayla Chavez.
One out for Kayla Chavez. Starts at third base for the Golden Gophers. Adams looks down for the sign, gets on the rubber. Here's the first pitch. Inside, ball 1. Right-handed hitter, just under 300 on the season. Lifts this into shallow center. The shortstop, Bennett, goes back. She dives, makes the catch for the second out. 2 down. Great play by Bennett. Tracking back directly over the second base bag. Dove for it and caught it. 2 down. Here's Delaney Cox. There's a strike on the outside corner. Adams pops the mitt, 0-1. Cox batting .244. Takes just high. One pitch. Low outside corner. That's strike 2. Adams in front now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Right back to her. Adams picks it up, throws it over to first, and that'll do it for the Golden Gophers in the first inning. They get a solo home run to left, and they lead 1-0. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Grace Baines, Jenna Young, and Tori Bennett come to the plate for the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the first. We're back in just a moment. This is Hawkeye Softball from Learfield.
Got chronic joint pain? Not having success with steroids but trying to avoid surgery? Well, thankfully, there's a better way, and it's now available here from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics. I'm talking about new advanced regenerative medicine treatments that can restore and repair damaged tissue in your bad joints, providing lasting relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. This is an all-natural way to use highly concentrated healing properties from your own body to give you lasting relief. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in precision regenerative medicine with over 100 clinics across America and literally thousands of satisfied patients. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, knee pain, hip pain, shoulder pain, don't just think the old ways of dealing with pain are the only ways. You need to learn more about these new regenerative options that can change your life. Call QC Kinetics now. It's a free consultation with local medical professionals. Call 319-229-5155. That's 319-229-5155. QC Kinetics, 319-229-5155.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Iowa coming to the plate in the bottom of the first inning, trailing Minnesota 1-0. A solo home run from Taylor Kraft, her 3rd home run of the series. She's been a nice hitter for the Golden Gophers this weekend. Grace Baines, Jenna Young, and Tori Bennett will lead it off for the Hawkeyes. Sammy Diaz, Devin Bowman, and Briley Klosterman will come up in the middle of the order. Skyland Pogue, Avery Jackson, Tatiana Roman will round out the Iowa batting order today. First pitch is a strike to Grace Baines on the inside corner. The pitcher for Minnesota is a right-hander. This is J.C. Hambrick. Has 2 wins this weekend. Entered in relief in those extra innings yesterday. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, struck out 1. Got the start on Saturday, 5 innings, 6 hits, struck out 4, gave up 1 run. Count is 1-1 on Baines, Iowa's center fielder, batting .234. Takes in the dirt, ball 2. Baines batting .400 in the leadoff spot. Here comes a 2-1. Hit well to left. Left fielder going back, turning at the wall, and it's gone. Grace Baines with a deep fly to left, and this game is tied. 3rd home run of the season for Baines. She got all of that one on the home run to left, and it's 1-1. Right down the middle from Hambrick, and Baines ate her pay. Umpires are meeting in front of the pitcher's circle. See what's being discussed here. Wind blowing out to straight center, but we've had 2 home runs over to left. Ball carrying out of Pearl today. Minor delay as the umpire talks with the coaching staff of Minnesota. And now they'll come back together again. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. They were checking to see if Baines touched first base on her way around the bases.
24, second baseman Jenna Young.
Home run for Baines ties it up at 1 in the first. Jenna Young comes up. Ball 1 to her. Starting second baseman for the Hawkeyes today. Young batting .379 from the left side. Takes up and in for ball 2. Nobody out for Young in the first. Here's the 2-0. That's out, ball 3. Young has drawn 16 walks this season. Iowa's biggest speed threat on the base paths with 6 stolen bases. 3-0. That's a called strike, 3-1. Three balls and a strike. The pitch to Young. Ooh, called a strike on the outside corner. Count's now full. Hambrick is fought all the way back after falling behind 3-0. Here comes a 3-2. Fouled back over to the left. That'll get out of play. Another full count pitch. Hit on the ground, foul to the first base side. We'll do it again. Three twos up and in. That's ball 4. And Young walks.
Number 1, shortstop Tori.
Set things up for Tori Bennett. Bennett batting .268 for the Hawkeyes. Stands in from the right side. The starting shortstop made an outstanding defensive play in the top of the first. Takes outside for ball one. Torrey was 1 for 4 yesterday with an RBI. 1 for 3 on Saturday with a run scored. Here's a ground ball to third. This could be double trouble. Throw to second for 1. On to first. Safe at first base. Young is out on the force at second. Bennett gets on.
Number 7, first baseman Sammy Diaz.
And here comes Sammy Diaz with one away. Diaz takes high and out for ball one. .234 batter. Starting first baseman for Iowa. On Saturday, Diaz was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. 1-0 is downstairs for ball 2. Maybe a touch outside. Tied at 1 with the Golden Gophers in the first. Ball carrying well out of the diamond today, out of the ballpark. A couple of solo home runs for each team. 2-0 to Diaz. Grounded to the left side. Picked up by the third baseman. This could be a double play, and it is. 5-4-3 to end the first inning. Iowa ties it back up. Grace Baines with a home run to left center. We're tied at 1. We'll bring you the second right after this. This is Hawkeyes softball from Learfield.
The WMT Great Eastern Iowa Tractorcade, presented by John Deere, is celebrating its 25th anniversary this summer. 25 years of highlighting Iowa's farm heritage. Tractorcade will be based in Manchester, Iowa at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. WMT invites you to join in the festivities. Dust off that vintage iron and ride with us for 3 days. Sunday, June 9th, 400 tractors will be staged for the next 3 days of riding the back roads and rolling hills of eastern Iowa, including on Hartwick Road at Lake Delhi to Central City on Monday. Tractorcade will roll up to the Mississippi River in Guttenberg on Tuesday. Wednesday's ride will take us through scenic Backbone State Park. Bring the entire family to Manchester on Sunday, June 9th to see the tractors and enjoy food, drink, and entertainment. Better yet, join in the ride. More information at 600WMTradio.com or call 319-395-0530.
Elevate your outdoor living space this year using stone. Tanzite has developed stone decking crafted without any plastic composite materials to redefine durability. Visit Tanzite.com to see how stone decking doesn't scratch, stays cooler, isn't slippery, and has all the durability you would expect from stone, which is why it's guaranteed for life. At Tanzite.com, you will see how we developed stone to easily transform any ordinary wood deck. You can even make your deck waterproof for a dry space below. Versatile and adaptable, Tanzite is perfect for decks, stairs, over concrete, or ground applications. Visit Tanzite.com to start planning your project with a free 3D design and construction plan tailored to your space. Order a sample today to witness the incredible beauty and durability firsthand at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Top of the second inning from Pearl. 1-1. Iowa and Minnesota all tied up. Filling in for John Swisher, I'm John Leo. Happy Monday morning to you. Pleasure to bring you Iowa softball today. 1 ball and 1 strike on Morgan DeBoard. Left-handed hitter. 1-1 is hit well to center. Center fielder going back, twisting and turning. It's over Baines' head. Here comes a play at second, but DeBoard is in with a leadoff double to start the Golden Gophers' second inning.
Number 21, right fielder, Nani Valencia.
8th double of the year for DeBoard. And already Minnesota threatening with some more traffic in the second. Corners come in for Iowa. Jackson and Diaz come down the line. First pitch is popped up. Shortstop will make the play. That's Bennett. One down as Valencia is retired. One away for the catcher, Tara Wolako. And the Gophers will make a change here and go with Brooklyn Jones instead of Wolako. Jones bats from the right side. First pitch is in for a ball from Jalen Adams. Limited at bats for Jones this season. Freshman. 4 for 14 on the year. Adams trying to find the strike zone. Missed in on a couple. But 6 runs batted in. Two balls, no strikes. Adams looking to get back in the strike zone. Here's the pitch. There it is on the inside corner, 2-1. DeBoard is the runner at second with 1 out. Tied at 1 in the second. Ripped back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Adams has brought her best on the last 2 pitches. Wind up in the pitch. Check swing. Got a piece of it in on the handle and fouled it off over to the right. Adams ready with the 2-2. Just outside. Really good spot from Adams, but off the plate and away, and the count will be full. Jones gets back in the box. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Big pitch from Adams. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Jalen Adams, her first of the game. And now there are 2 down. The top of the second. Breezy Burnett comes up for the Golden Gophers, starting left fielder. Wind up in the pitch. Fouled over to the right. Minnesota occupying the first base dugout. Iowa down and over to the left. No balls and a strike on Burnett, the starting left fielder. Pitch from Adams. Popped up right side. Diaz coming down the line. Sammy's got it in a basket catch for the 3rd out. And Adams gets out of the minor jam after allowing a leadoff double. Gets a couple of pop-ups and a strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the second right after this. Iowa and Minnesota tied at 1. As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Back in just a moment. This is Hawkeye Softball from Learfield.
Progressive presents 10 things on a plumber's to-do list that are harder than getting a small business insurance quote. Waking up for 5 a.m. plumbing disasters, finding out why water is pouring from the ceiling, replacing a pipe in a home from the 1800s, then dealing with invoices or your awkward apprentice or that really weird smell, and then there's breathing and eating and, of course, clogs. But the easiest thing on any small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you could save on the business insurance that's right for you. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Coverage provided and serviced by affiliated and third-party insurers.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
John Leo with you today from Bob Pearl Field in Iowa City, filling in for John Swisher today on the Hawkeye Radio Network. 1-1. Iowa and Minnesota tied as we get to the bottom of the second. Brooklyn Jones stays in for the Gophers. She'll catch. Early change for Minnesota.
Leading off the second inning for the Hawkeyes, number 95, designated player Devin Bowman.
Devin Bowman will lead off for Iowa against Chasey Ham. First pitch is hit well to left. Left fielder is there and will make the catch without having to move too many feet.
Number 22, left fielder Briley Klosterman.
One pitch, one out. Here's Briley Klosterman, starting left fielder for Iowa. Hawkeyes wearing their gold tops today with white pants. Minnesota in the road grays. Strike one to Klosterman to begin the at-bat. Oh, one's in the dirt, 1-1. Outside for ball two from Hambrick. Hambrick entered today's game with a 3-8 record, a 5.12 ERA, 15 starts, 82 innings, struck out 40, walked 41. Opponents bat 309 against her. Grace Baines has a home run for the Hawkeyes. Here's line drive slapped foul over to the left. But Hambrick does have a couple of wins this weekend. Klosterman back in the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind up in the pitch. Ground ball to short. Oakland picks it up. Throw to first is late and offline. Klosterman will beat it out.
Number 13, catcher Skylin Pogue.
Oakland gathered the ball in, but took a while to step and throw over there, and Klosterman with some speed got down the line. One away for Skylin Pogue. Right-handed hitter. Bunts it right back to the pitcher. Pogue down the line. Throw to first is in time. Klosterman gets to second.
Number 28, third baseman A.
And here comes Avery Jackson. Jackson is Iowa's starting third baseman. Goes from the right side, runner in scoring position, 2 outs. Pitch in the dirt. Opportunity for Iowa to take the lead in the bottom of the second. 1-1. 1-0 pitch to Jackson. Fouled back. Outside, ball 2. Jackson batting .125 for the Hawkeyes this year. 7 hits and 56 at-bats. Iowa looking for a clutch hit early on. Take the lead over Minnesota. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Runner at second base is Klosterman. Here's the pitch. That's high and out. Ball 3. Tatiana Roman waits on deck for Iowa. The Hawkeyes can get there. 2 outs in the inning. Hambrick has the sign. Here comes the 3-1. Swing and a miss. 3-2. Big spot early in the game. Full count with 2 outs. Runner at second. Here's the pitch from Hambrick. Line drive to left and caught by Burnett. That'll do it for the Hawkeyes in the second. Klosterman with the hit in the inning, got to second, but stranded out there. We'll go to the top of the third. Minnesota 1, Iowa 1. Back after this is Hawkeye baseball, Hawkeye softball from Learfield.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Top of the third inning in Iowa City, 1-1 between Iowa and Minnesota in the series finale. This is the home finale for the Hawkeyes. Iowa will play at UNI on Wednesday and then wrap up Big Ten play at Illinois this upcoming weekend. Hawkeyes need a few conference wins. Currently 4-15 in the league. Minnesota at 11-8 in the Big Ten. They're sitting in fourth place. Top of the order for Minnesota in the third. This is Oakland. She grounded out to third. Her first time up. Adams continues to pitch for the Hawkeyes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here it comes. Fouled back. Oakland, a very good hitter for Minnesota. Ton of power. 18 home runs. 15 doubles. Leads the team in RBIs with 53. Batting average is .451. Here's a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Adams picks it up, throws to first. And the Hawkeyes have done a nice job today to keep Oakland off the base paths, 1 away. Adams executed a couple of nice pitches low and away from the right-handed hitter. 1 away for Taylor Kraft. Kraft with a home run earlier today. Right down the line and left. First pitch is downstairs, below the knees to Kraft. Kraft has started all 47 games for the Golden Gophers this year. Here comes the 1-0. Off the plate outside, ball 2. From Adams. Off speed, off the plate away. 3 balls and no strikes. Kraft, a very disciplined hitter, has drawn 18 walks, only struck out 14 times this year. Here comes a 3-0. Inside corner, strike 1. Good spot from Adams. Adams has done a lot of the heavy lifting for Iowa and their pitching staff this year. Entered today's game with a 9-12 record. 3-1. Sent a spinner down the line at third. It is called foul. Adams with a 2.66 ERA, the starting pitcher for Iowa today. Tossed 15 complete games. Opponents bat .259 against Adams. Great pitch, but called a ball outside. Just away from Kraft, and she'll walk on for the second time today. One away for Strelo, who walked back in the first. Another right-handed hitter for the Golden Gophers. First pitch strike from Adams, low inside corner. Oh, 1 is a bit too high. Adams kept it inside, but elevated it too much. 1-1. One out in the inning. Adams looking for a ground ball in the middle infield. Fires a strike, low outside corner, 1-2. Adams in the driver's seat. Gets a ground ball to short. Bennett picks it up, steps on the bag, throws to first for the double play. Strelo bounces into the 6-3 double play, and that'll do it for the top of the third. Iowa will send Roman, Baines, and Young to the plate in the bottom of the third inning. 1-1 between Minnesota and Iowa. We're back right after this. This is Iowa softball from Learfield.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as two investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
University of Iowa Sports Medicine delivers comprehensive care for competitive and recreational athletes of all ages. Our team of orthopedic surgeons, physicians, and specialists are committed to reducing pain and injury through our advanced training and experience. Same-day injured athlete appointments are available with no referral needed. Learn more by visiting uihc.org/sportsmedicine. John Leo with you today from Bob Pearl Field, filling in for John Swisher this morning. Bottom of the third, Iowa and Minnesota tied at 1. Tatiana Roman will lead off Iowa's third inning. Starting right fielder. Getting her first look at Hambrick today. Each team scored in the first inning. Kraft with a home run to left for Minnesota. Baines answered with a leadoff home run to left center to tie it up. Scoreless second. Minnesota held off the scoreboard in the top of the third. Here's Iowa in the bottom of the third inning. Each team with a couple of hits. Ball one outside from Hambrick. The 1-0 is lifted into left. Burnett moves back a couple of steps. She makes the play. It's out number 1.
Number 23, center fielder.
Iowa's lifted a number of fly balls over to left today. Burnett's been active. Back to the top of the order. This is Baines. Solo home run for Iowa in the first. Takes low and out for ball 1. .1-0 is hit in the air to center. DeBoard is underneath it. She's got it. 2 away for the Hawkeyes in the third.
For second baseman Jenna Young.
Jenna Young in the box for the Hawkeyes, left-handed hitter, takes strike 1. Down the heart of the plate, Young walked in the first. Strike 2. Similar spot, just a touch lower. Young behind, no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, outside. Young laid off. One, 2, outside again. Young's done a nice job with discipline. Young is a freshman from Winterset. Stands in with a 2-2 count. Pitches high. She's worked the count full now. 3-2. Young looking to extend the inning with Bennett on deck. Hambrick twirls the ball in her hand. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right back to her. Hambrick knocks it down and throws it over to first base in time to get Jenna Young, and the Hawkeyes go down 1-2-3 in the third. 1-1. We'll bring you the fourth at Pearl right after this. This is Hawkeyes softball from Learfield.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Top of the fourth inning in Iowa City, 1-1. Pitchers duel brewing in Iowa City today. Gorgeous day in eastern Iowa. Wrapping up the series with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Minnesota won the first 2 games of the series. 7-5 on Saturday, 6-2 in extra innings yesterday. The home finale for the black and gold at Pearl today. The Hawkeyes will host the Big Ten tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. Iowa fighting and scrapping to qualify for that. Middle of the order for Minnesota. Chavez will lead it off. First pitch from Adams, slipped out of the hand, low and in. Chavez, junior third baseman from Chino Hills, California, lines it into left. Coming forward is Klosterman. She dives and makes the catch for a crucial first out of the inning. Boy, if that gets by Klosterman, that's trouble. Briley makes an outstanding catch for the first out of the inning. One away for Delaney Cox. Cox grounded out back to the pitcher in the first. Takes high just above the letters. Cox, a .242 batter. .1-0 from Adams. Ripped foul down the third base line. Pitch number 50 for Adams. She did not pitch yesterday, but pitched 4 innings on Saturday. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That's low. Adams pitched 4 innings on Saturday, gave up 8 hits, 5 earned runs, struck out 2, walked 4 through 91 pitches. 2 balls and a strike. Adams' delivery on its way home. That's a spinner high, ball 3. front now with one out and the base is empty in the Minnesota fourth. 3-1. Lined into left center. That's down for a base hit. Klosterman cuts it off. It'll be a one-out single for Cox and the Golden Gophers in the fourth. Their third hit of the ball game.
Number 5, center fielder Morgan DeBoard.
That brings in Morgan DeBoard, starting center fielder. Left-handed hitter. That brings in Avery Jackson at third base for Iowa, playing in front of the bag on the turf. First pitch is high and tight for a ball. DeBoard's first plate appearance came in the second. And a leadoff double over the center fielder's head. Nice hitter for the Golden Gophers, batting .357 with some power, 8 doubles, 3 home runs. Decent speed, too, with a triple and 5 stolen bases. Fly ball to right. Another diving catch, this time by Tatiana Roman. She came forward, dropped to her knees to make the play for the second out. Here comes Valencia. Oh, it looks like a change for the Golden Gophers. Addison Leschber will bat. Left-handed hitter, sophomore from Thrall, Texas. She'll bat for Valencia. Leschber comes up. First pitch from Adams catches the outside corner, strike one. Leschber was 1 for 2 yesterday. 0 for 1 on Saturday. A few plate appearances for her this weekend. 208 on the season, that's her batting average. 3 home runs. Lined foul into the Iowa bullpen over to the left. 0-2. Adams way out in front. See if Adams goes for a chase pitch or attacks immediately. The 0-2 just off the plate outside. Try to throw it right by her. Leschber laid off. Bennett, Diaz, and Bowman will come to the plate for the Hawkeyes. Bottom of the fourth. Tie game right now, 1-1. 1-2 pitch, grounded to third. Jackson scoops it up. She'll step and throw across the diamond. Pulled Diaz off the bag, but she kept her foot on for the third out. A single for Delaney Cox, but that's all for Minnesota. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's 1-1. We're back right after this. This is Iowa softball from Learfield.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is responsible for our community being home to countless amateur sporting events and state tournaments. From state volleyball, wrestling, tennis, and much more, the Sports Commission generates significant annual economic impact while adding substantially to our quality of life. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is a proud presenting sponsor of UI Women's Athletics. Learn more at wegotnext.org. All right, the Hawkeyes come to the plate in the bottom of the fourth, tied at 1, looking to break that tie with the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Hawkeyes trying to break a 13-game losing streak. final home game of the season. Bennett will lead off. Hambrick continues to pitch for Minnesota. She's thrown 3 innings, given up 2 hits and an earned run. Walked 1. Iowa's generated just 2 hits. 1-0's hit hard on the ground to third. Chavez is there. She'll throw out Bennett for first out.
Number 7, first baseman Sam Diaz.
Here comes Sammy Diaz. One of Iowa's seniors. It's been honored this weekend. Diaz from Cypress, California. Takes low for a ball. Grounded into a double play her first time up. One-0 pitch to Diaz. Low and in. Just about hit her, but now Sammy has a hitter's count. There's something that she can drive. 2 balls, no strikes. Lined up in the pitch. Low, ball 3. We're trying to generate some traffic in the middle innings. Bottom of the 4th, tied at 1. Here's the 3-0 delivery. That's across for a strike. Inner half. 3-1. Hambrick's been here before, falling behind 3-0 and then coming all the way back. 3-1 is grounded left side. Shortstop has it. Strelo steps and throws to get Diaz. 2 away.
Number 95, designated player Devin Bowman.
And now the freshman Devin Bowman will come up. First year from Mesa, Arizona. Base is empty, 2 away. Fastball high and outside for a ball. Bowman batting .205 for the Hawkeyes. .1-0 is a strike on the inner corner, 1-1. A lot of room in left center for Bowman. Here's the pitch. Check swing. They send it down to first. Did not go, and the pitch was high and out for a ball, 2-1. Inside, ball 3. Bowman's shown nice plate discipline, not chasing pitches out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike. In the driver's seat, here comes the pitch. Ground ball to third. Chavez has it, makes a couple of plays in the inning, and the Hawkeyes go down in order in the 4th. 1-1. We'll be back for the 5th right after this. This is Hawkeyes softball from Learfield.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
iHeartRadio. Soundtrack. Flashback.
Somebody had to put Baby in the corner for us to get this great song. 1987 gave us Dirty Dancing and an Academy Award for I've Had the Time of My Life.
For more great movie soundtrack hits, check out Popcorn Radio on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to Bob Pearl Field in Iowa City. Tie ball games. We bring you the top of the 5th. Glad to have you along with us this morning, approaching the noon hour in Iowa City. 1-1 between Iowa and Minnesota. We'll wrap up the series with the Golden Gophers today. I'm John Leo, filling in for John Swisher today. Eight, 9, and 1 come to the plate for Minnesota to face off against Jalen Adams, who's given up 1 run today. It's a strikeout. Adams has done a nice job throwing 60 pitches through 4 innings. The Hawkeyes will be in action next on Wednesday up in Cedar Falls, 5 p.m. first pitch. Game will be broadcasted on ESPN Plus. Adams deals high and out to Leshber. Leshber was not in the original starting lineup as she swings and hits it to short. Bennett catches it in the air for the first out. Leshber entered after the first. And Minnesota will make another change here. Golden Gophers will go with Maddie Elke.
Golden Gophers pinch hitting number 17, Maddie Elke.
She'll bat from the left side with 1 away and the base is empty. Top of the 5th inning. At Pearl this morning. Adams fires a strike outside corner. Elke watched it go by. Elke is batting .210 on the season. Senior from Green Bay. 0-1 is downstairs. Iowa protecting the lines on the infield with Diaz at first and Jackson at third. Foul tip into the glove. Elke. Adams in a good spot now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tried to set things up with a pitch just outside. Elke watched it go and miss off the plate away from her. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Adams can bring it in the zone. Here's the delivery. Hit foul over to the left. We'll do it again at 2-2. Adams checks her wrist for the sign. 2-2, fouled back to the screen. Count remains 2-2. Adams looking to put away Elke, and she does. Swing and a miss. 2 away. Buried that pitch in the dirt, rolled right off the table. Bottom dropped out from underneath it. Elke is out number 2. Back to the top of the order now for the Golden Gophers. This is Oakland. Very dangerous, batting .448. 0 for 2 today, but have to be cautious. So this is the time you want to see her with the bases empty and 2 outs. And that is driven deep to left and gone. Pitch was low and in, and Oakland teed off, hit it over the left field wall. Minnesota has the lead. It is 2-1 on Oakland's 19th home run of the season. Well, if you're going to give up a home run, make sure it's a solo shot.
Number 13, designated player Taylor Kraft.
Top of the order for Minnesota has been hurting Iowa this weekend. Yesterday, Oakland was 2 for 4, 2 for 3 on Saturday. Gives Minnesota the lead in the 5th on the solo home run to left. It's 2-1 now. We'll see Kraft, who also has a home run today. Takes low for ball one. The Hawkeyes will have Klosterman, Pogue, and Jackson coming to the plate. When we get there in the bottom of the fifth, Iowa trailing 2-1. Adams regrouping and gets back on the rubber. Here comes the 1-1. Downstairs, ball two. Adams 2-1 is lifted into center, but right to Baines, who makes the catch for the third out. Minnesota takes the lead on a solo home run from Jess Oakland. It's 2-1. The Hawkeyes look to respond in the bottom of the fifth when we come back on the Hawkeye Radio Network. This is Iowa softball from Learfield.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Hey Hawkeye fans, it is time for the Blue Bunny fifth inning stretch. You know what to do. Get up, stretch those legs, and go enjoy the best fifth inning stretch tradition of all, Blue Bunny ice cream. Blue Bunny is a proud sponsor of the Hawkeyes and the fifth inning stretch. 2-1, Minnesota with the lead. Iowa looks to respond after giving up a solo home run the top half of this inning. Klosterman, Pogue, and Jackson are due up for the black and gold.
Number 22, left fielder Riley Klosterman.
Iowa with 2 hits today. One from Grace Baines, the other from Klosterman, who leads off the fifth. First pitch, hit on the ground is short. Strelo picks it up, throw to first is in time to get Klosterman by about a half a step.
Number 13,
one pitch, one out for the Hawkeyes in the fifth. The Hawkeyes looking for their first base runner since the second inning. There's the catcher, Skyland Pogue. Skyland batting 182. Goes from the right side. First pitch is grounded foul left side. Pogue, a sophomore from Eureka, Missouri. No balls and a strike. The pitch is outside for a ball. Wind continuing to blow out to center, really ripping the flags off the poles out there. 1-1 is just outside. Pogue watched it go by for a ball, 2-1. Bloop down the left field line. Burnett coming forward. She'll catch it on the run. For out number 2.
Number 28, third baseman Avery Jackson.
Avery Jackson will look to get Iowa's 2-out rally going in the fifth. Flied out to left in the second. Fastball inside for a strike. Hambrick's been in a rhythm since the first. 0-1 is off the plate outside 1-1. Four and 2/3 so far, just 2 hits. Doesn't have a strikeout. The Hawkeyes have been putting the ball in play, but Minnesota's great defense has stopped many Iowa runners from getting on base. 2 balls and a strike on Jackson now. 2 outs, bases empty. The Hawkeyes trail Minnesota 2-1 in the 5th. Two-1 is lined into center and caught. DeBoard came forward, made the play. That's the 3rd out of the inning. We're through 5 in Iowa City. Minnesota 2, Iowa 1. Back after this, it's Hawkeye softball from Learfield.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Don't settle for ordinary with your company's apparel. Say hello to a new standard of style known as Authentic Brand. It's not just a label, it's a lifestyle. From sleek office essentials to laid-back everyday wear, Authentic Brand is the label for you. Top of the 6th, 2-1 Minnesota. They come to the plate with 3, 4, and 5 due up. Strelo, Chavez, and Cox.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Gophers.
Jalen Adams is back out to pitch for the black and gold. Righty on righty matchup. Strelo coming to the plate. She walked in the 1st, grounded into a double play her last time up in the 3rd. Adams fires, outside corner, strike 1. A 1 from Adams. Crushed to left and down at the base of the wall for a base hit. Klosterman picks it up, gets it into second. It's a leadoff double for Strelo right down the line.
Number 77, third baseman.
In left. Minnesota threatening once more in the 6th inning. '11th double of the year for Strelo. Left field corner has been getting hammered today. Here's Chavez. Bunts to 3rd. Jackson picks it up. Throw to 1st is dropped. And the runner will come down from 3rd and score as Young is shaken up with the collision at 1st base. Ball trickled away, and the runner, Strelo, scores. Chavez winds up at 2nd base. Collision between Chavez and Young at 1st base on the bunt coverage. And results in Minnesota scoring another run down the line. Iowa's athletic trainer Casey Landis is out to talk with Young, check on her, make sure she's all right. Three to 1 Minnesota now in the 6th. The Hawkeyes all meet. The infield meets inside the pitcher's circle. Quick regroup for the Hawks. And now ready for play. So the bunt attempt turns into a run for the Golden Gophers after the collision at first base. Strelo scores. Chavez out there at second. A little bit of danger territory now for Iowa.
Number 19, first baseman.
3-1 Golden Gophers. Here's Delaney Cox. First pitch is on the outer edge, strike one. Good start for Adams. No balls and a strike. The pitch from Jalen, just high, 1-1. Count even at 1. The windup in the pitch in the dirt. Ball 2. Minnesota sensing some blood in the water now. Iowa trying to limit the damage at just 1 in the 6th. 3-1, Minnesota leading Iowa. Here's the pitch. Line drive into left center, down for a base hit. There'll be a play at the plate. Here comes the throw. She is safe. Called safe at the plate. And Iowa's coach Renee Gillespie is out of the dugout. Take a look at this. The throw is up the line towards third as Chavez came down the line. Baines with a nice throw from center, just up the line at third.
Number 5, center fielder Morgan DeBoard.
After a brief discussion, the call on the field will stand. No review, no replay. Run comes down and scores for Minnesota. Begin to pull away a little bit. 4-1. Cox ends up at second base. Here's a bunt. Jackson picks it up at third. Throw to first is in time to get DeBoard. Close play over there at first. Cox gets to third. One away for the Gophers in the 6th. Leshper bats for the Golden Gophers now. Ball 1 from Adams, low and out. Runner at third with 1 away. Iowa trailing 4-1, getting late in Iowa City now. Outside and low from Adams, ball 2. Corners hugging the line. For Iowa defensively, here comes a 2-0. In the dirt, gets to the backstop. Nice deflection right back to the catcher, Pogue. So the runner has to stay put at third. Three balls and no strikes. Catching the outer edge, strike 1 from Adams. Wind up in the 3-1, check swing. Did not go. That's ball 4. Outside, Leshper walks.
Number 33, Patrick Brookman Jones.
And now the Gophers continue to threaten. The runners at the corners and 1 out. Coach Gillespie out of the Iowa dugout. Go talk with her team on the infield. Feel the excitement as NASCAR returns to the Iowa Speedway with Powerball and the Iowa Lottery. Add the double play bonus to your Powerball ticket for your chance to win exclusive NASCAR prizes. See complete rules and details at ialottery.com/VIP. Minnesota on top, 4-1 in the top of the 6th. Runners at the corners for the Golden Gophers and 1 out. Two runs across in this inning to extend the lead. We're tied at 1 after the first and all the way until the 5th when Minnesota regained the lead. Now they're adding to it. 1 out for Jones. Inside corner for strike 1. They've got the runner in a pickle between first and second. She's tagged out, and the runner from third will come down and score. Five to 1 Minnesota, but the base is now empty. Oh, 1 to Jones, swing and a miss, nothing in 2. The Hawkeyes will need a big rally in the bottom of the 6th and possibly the 7th to get back in it, down 5 to 1. 0-2 from Adams. Here it is. Just outside. Good pitch on the outer edge. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. Left side. Foul. That'll find the seats. Adams way in front of the freshman for Minnesota. One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Adams. Way outside, ball 2. Hawkeyes will have Roman, Baines, and Young coming to the plate. We get to the bottom of the 6th. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Nobody on for Minnesota in the 6th. They lead at 5 to 1. Here's the pitch from Adams. Popped up, foul and out of play, left side. Adams trying to put away Jones. Here comes the 2-2. Popped up, right side. Diaz coming down from first. She will make the play in foul ground for the 3rd out. But a big inning for Minnesota. 3 runs come across, and they lead Iowa 5 to 1. Back right after this. This is Hawkeyes softball from Learfield.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Bottom of the 6th coming up. Iowa trailing Minnesota 5 to 1. After Minnesota put up 3 runs to extend their lead. 9, 1, and 2 coming to the plate for Iowa. Roman, Baines, and Young. When corn grows fuel, Iowans win. Ethanol is a renewable fuel that's better for our environment, our health, and our wallets. Share your winning moments using hashtag IowansWin, and you could win even more from Iowa corn. Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. All right, here's Tatiana Roman for second at bat of the year of the game. 0 for 1 today. Flight out to left. First time up. Hits it on the ground. Is short. Backhand stop. Long throw is in time to get Roman right at the last second for the first out. Really nice play by Strelo, the shortstop. sprint over to her right, backhand it, and then get the out. One away for Grace Baines, top of the order. Fastball high from Hambrick. Hawkeyes trying to start a late rally against border rival Minnesota. 1-0 pitch to Baines. Ooh, called a strike on the outer edge, 1-1. Baines is 1 for 2 today. Pitch in the dirt, 2-1. Iowa looking for their first base runner since the second inning. We're in the 6th. High pop-up on the infield. Third baseman Chavez comes down the line. She makes the catch for the second out.
Number 24, second baseman Jenna Young.
Two outs, nobody on for Jenna Young. Appears to be okay after the collision in the last inning. She was covering first base. Takes a strike from Hambrick. Oh, 1 is in the dirt away from Young. Iowa down 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. Good rip by Young, fouled it back, 1-2. Young walked in the first, lays off a pitch outside, 2-2. Jenna has the best batting average in the lineup today for Iowa at .376. 2 balls, 2 strikes on her. Hambrick ready. Here's the delivery. Grounded foul, first base side. Count even at 2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Young flares it into left center. It's down for a base hit. Young has Iowa's 3rd hit of the day. It comes with 2 outs and sets the table for Tori Bennett.
Number 1, shortstop Tori Bennett.
Young went opposite field on a pitch, the inner half. Pushed it out there to left center. She's on for the second time today. Here's Tori Bennett. First pitch is a called strike, low outside corner. High with a fastball, 1-1 to Bennett. Bennett's 0 for 2 today. .263 batter, Iowa's shortstop. Sophomore from Fort Dodge. Stands in from the right side. Here comes the 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Hambrick looks to the dugout for her sign. Now checks her wrist. 1-2. Half swing, hit on the ground to second. Bennett sprinting down the line. She is out at first base as Oakland flipped it to the first baseman for the 3rd out of the inning. We're through 6 at Pearl. Minnesota leads at 5-1. Right after this, a softball from Learfield.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 319-229-5155. That's 319-229-5155. 319-229-5155.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
John Leo filling in for John Swisher today. As we get to the 7th inning, Iowa trailing Minnesota in the home finale, 5-1. 9-1-2. Burnett, Oakland, and Kraft will come to the plate. Adams out for another inning of work. He's thrown 6 innings, given up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 total. Walked 3 and struck out 2. Burnett is 0 for 2 today. But he's made a handful of nice plays defensively in left field for the Golden Gophers. 1-0 pitch from Adams. Popped up, straight back. That'll be foul and find the seats. 1-1. Hawkeyes will wrap up their conference slate this upcoming weekend at Illinois. Pulled down the line in left. Will it stay fair? It will not. Foul ball just barely down the left field line. Iowa at Illinois, Friday at 5 o'clock, Saturday at 1, and Sunday at noon. All games will be broadcast on Big Ten Plus. Crucial series for the Hawkeyes over there in Champaign. Probably need to win a couple of games against the Fighting Illini. Qualify for the conference tournament. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Burnett. Adams is in the circle. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball on the outer edge. And Burnett missed it. Strikes out for the second time today. One away for Oakland. Big home runner last time up. 1 for 3 today. There's strike 1, low outside corner. Good start for Jalen on the mound. A 1 is an off speed that stayed high. 1-1. Hard line drive into right center, which will be down and off the wall. Oakland around first, headed for second. Play at second base. She is safe. Slides in for a double with 1 out.
Number 13, designated player Taylor Kraft.
Oakland, very nice player for Minnesota. That was a shot to right center. Pinch runner coming in for the Golden Gophers. Maggie Werner. Time is called. Iowa's pitching coach, Mandy Gardner-Colgate, is out of the dugout. Go talk with her pitcher in the 7th. 5-1 Minnesota. Hawkeyes' next game will be Wednesday at UNI. First pitch is at 5 o'clock in Cedar Falls. Mound visit wrapping up and getting ready for play now.
The Gophers running the second base, number 4, Maggie Weaver.
We'll see Taylor Kraft come up for the Golden Gophers. Designated player today. Home run in the first, walked in the third, flied out to center in the fifth. Low and out from Adams for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch from Adams. Swing and a miss. Kraft was looking to hit the Coralville strip. She connected on that, but Adams threw it by her 1-1. Adams has the sign that she likes. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to second. Knocked down and then thrown to first by Young for the second out.
Number 2, shortstop Sydney Strabo.
Werner advances to third on the throw. Here's Sydney Stralo. Stralo with a hard hit double her last time up. Takes in the dirt for a ball. Hawkeyes will need a 7th inning rally in the bottom half of this inning, down 5-1. 1-0, spins high, ball 2. Diaz, Bowman, and Klosterman. Two-0 is snapped high and out, ball 3. Adams up over 100 pitches for the Hawkeyes today. .3-0. Green light, hit down the line in right and foul out of play. Adams stays in the count. Three balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Adams the pitch. Line sharply into the net, over to the right, 3-2. Jalen's come all the way back. See if she can get Stralo to end the top of the 7th. Here's the full count pitch. Line drive, foul down the third base line. You had to hold your breath for a moment there. Stralo back in the box. Full count as Adams gets back on the rubber. Here's the windup of the pitch. Outside, ball 4. Just off the plate away. Stralo's on for the 3rd time today, and Chavez will come up for the Golden Gophers.
Number 77, third baseman, Keila Chavez.
Runners at the corners and 2 outs. First pitch is a strike on the outer edge from Adams. Chavez 0 for 2 today. Hits it on the ground to second. A sliding stop by Young. She'll flip it to Bennett, who's covering the bag at second. That'll do it for the top of the 7th. Last chance for Iowa coming up right after this. 5-1 Minnesota. Back in just a moment. This is Hawkeyes softball from Learfield.
Introducing Tanzite Stone Tile Flooring, a game changer in the tile industry. Say goodbye to the trade-off between durability and easy installation with Tanzite's revolutionary indoor-outdoor stone tile. Visit Tanzite.com to see how our tile is installed without concrete or mortar. Instead, our innovative rubber gasket system connects the tiles together. Each tile coming pre-assembled, you simply grab one and place it. No expertise needed. At Tanzite.com, you can see how our foam back tiles contour to cover any existing floor while insulating against sound and cold. Beautiful and versatile. Tanzite tile adapts to indoor or outdoor use, from kitchens to patios, on concrete basements or wooden decks. All with the durability of stone that's guaranteed for life. Witness this innovative product yourself and order a sample today at Tanzite.com. That's TANZITE.com.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
It's been a pleasure to bring you Iowa softball this Monday afternoon in Iowa City. Gorgeous day in eastern Iowa at Pearl Field. Iowa trailing Minnesota, though, in the bottom of the 7th. 5-1, the Golden Gophers with the lead. Diaz, Bowman, and Klosterman, Iowa's last chance today. So they can string a rally together and give the Gophers a run for their money late. Diaz is 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts today. First pitch is a strike, outside corner. Hambrick has only allowed 3 hits. 1 earned run. 0-1 to Diaz. Just high, maybe a touch outside, 1-1. Big gap in left center field for Diaz if she can pull it that way. 1-1. Hit in the air to right. Right fielder moving back. And the catch is made right in front of the wall by Valencia for the first out.
Designated player Devin Bowman.
One away for Devin Bowman. Base is empty. First pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. A lot of room on that outer edge. Hambrick's done a decent job getting ahead on Iowa hitters today. Here's the 0-1. That's high. Count even now, 1-1. One dropped low and in. 2-1. Bowman in the driver's seat a bit here. 0 for 2 today. Hambrick checks the sign. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped up foul. Out of play. Right side. Counts now 2-2. Bowman in the box. Here comes the 2-2. Blooped right back to Hambrick, who caught it off the bat. 2 away. The Hawks in the 7th.
Number 22, the fielder Bradley Klosterman.
That'll bring up Briley Klosterman. Last chance for the Hawks. Down 5-1 in the 7th. There's strike 1. Right at the knees. Line drive caught by the shortstop. Strelo makes the play. And that'll do it. Minnesota 5-1 over the Hawkeyes in the home finale for the black and gold. We'll be back with post-game coverage right after this. This is Hawkeye softball from Learfield.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL Draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the Beer Mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork, and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Iowa falls to Minnesota 5-1 today. J.C. Hambrick gets the win. Jalen Adams gets the loss for the Hawkeyes. Iowa just a few hits today. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error for the Hawkeyes. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Minnesota. 3 hits for Iowa, 1 by Grace Baines, the solo home run to left in the first that would tie the game up. 1 by Jenna Young and 1 by Briley Klosterman. Hawkeyes held in check by a nice pitching performance by J.C. Hambrick. We'll be back with more post-game coverage right after this. This is Hawkeye softball from Learfield.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL Draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the Beer Mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL Draft. Where are your Hawkeyes going to land? An offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the Beer Mile. All on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Softball on AM 800 KXIC.
Minnesota takes down Iowa today 5-1 behind a gem from J.C. Hambrick, who fired 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 earned run, walked 1. Iowa had their run in the first on a leadoff home run from Grace Baines, but ran into some trouble the third on with just 1 hit after the second inning, as Hambrick held the Hawkeyes in check. Jalen Adams got the start for Iowa in the circle. 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 run, but only 2 of which were earned. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Minnesota was led by Jess Oakland, Tyler Kraft, and Delaney Cox. Oakland with a monster home run. She went 2 for 4 today. Cox was 2 for 3, and Kraft had a home run in the first inning to round out her day, 1 for 3. 5-1, Minnesota wins it. We're back in just a moment. This is Hawkeye Softball from Learfield.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL Draft, where are your Hawkeyes going to land, an offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile, all on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When the optimistic Billy Halpern meets a suspicious end, authorities focus on an ex-cop turned criminal, but the investigation goes nowhere for decades. Listen to the podcast Cold-Blooded as 2 investigators uncover a shocking motive in the pursuit of justice for Billy Halpern.
He was good looking, he was funny, everyone liked him. It's just a shame that they took him from us.
Listen to Cold-Blooded on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Cold-Blooded to start listening.
It is the peak of the off-season, but you can still join the Washup Walk-Ons every Monday and Thursday for some Hawkeye football content, occasionally some other Iowa sports content, or just your good old-fashioned friendship podcast. On today's episode, we discuss the upcoming NFL Draft, where are your Hawkeyes going to land, an offensive line transfer in, a wide receiver transfer out, where Kevin would rank in the Air Force if he would have committed there instead of Iowa, and everybody's favorite, the beer mile, all on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Minnesota takes down Iowa in the Hawkeyes' home finale today, 5-1. The Golden Gophers improved to 26-22 on the season, now 12-8. Iowa is 16-26, 4-16 overall. That'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeyes softball today from Pearl Field. Filling in for John Swisher, I'm John Leo. Minnesota wins it 5-1. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, but some are just a little bit better than others. Take care, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Softball has been brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Oak Knoll Retirement Community. Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes. And by Bud & Mary's. There's no THC cap on Iowa medical cannabis, and getting a card is fast and easy online. Get your medical card today. Visit budmary.com. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
And stay out of trouble and lower your debt and, don't put stuff in a credit card. And I've always theorized that Green Bay, because it's not an attractive free agent market for athletes, has to draft well. And if you force them to draft well, if you force people in life to do something, they'll do it. If you force an NFL team like no free agents want to come here, why do the Packers draft so well? It's their only way to be great. In the last 20 years, I would on average take the Packers draft over the rest of the league like 90% of the time. Tampa Bay also drafts very well with Jason Light. The difference is Green Bay's hit on quarterbacks and Tampa hasn't. So it shows you Tampa and Green Bay are a great example of You can ace this draft, and I think Jason Light at Tampa is one of the smartest GMs in the league. Their first 4 picks are my favorite first 4 picks by any team along with the Rams, but they haven't hit the quarterback regularly. So you can do all this stuff right. New England said, we can hit on all these draft picks. We need Drake May. We need a quarterback. And that's why I'm going to defend Atlanta. They're like, we got 2 quarterbacks. Maybe it'll be a little bumpy for a year. We'd rather have 2 than none, because when Desmond Ridder was quarterbacking last year, we had none. Albert Breer talked about an interesting team. Now, San Francisco, they've been okay drafting. John Lynch has missed on some running backs and wide receivers. They went and got 2 really good wide receivers, and we thought Brandon Ayuk was on his way out. But Albert Breer said earlier today, not so fast.
Going back to January and February, I thought that meant Ayuk was probably as good as gone. I've changed my thinking on that. I now think they're probably going to try to extend Ayuk, and I think Deebo Samuel is available. I think Ayuk is viewed more as the true number 1 receiver there, a guy who's a more natural receiver. And Deebo Samuel, as good as he is and unique as he is, might be seen as a little bit of a luxury item there now. So I think the plan for now is to keep all of those guys on the roster together and make one more all-in run with the entire group. But if you ask me who's going to be on the Niners roster longer, whether the change happens now or a year from now, I'd say Ayuk is probably going to be there for a longer period of time than Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, because Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey and Kittle have missed time due to injuries. They're very physical players. That Deebo Samuel also, you don't want your 4 top offensive guys all having a history of getting banged up and missing time. Ayuk doesn't necessarily, so they get 2 more wide receivers. I think they'll move off Deebo. I just think there are certain positions in sports that you got to be careful. Like, let's be honest. If you're a star quarterback, the league only produces 1 a year. If you're a star left tackle, the draft gives you about 2 a year. Wide receiver, it gives you about 12 a year. So now you carry more wide receivers than you do quarterbacks in a roster. But this position, more than any in football over the last 10 years, that's where the money is. Quarterback, edge rusher, and receiver. That's what the kids want to play. It is hard to find 3 good high school running backs in California high school recruiting annually. There's 45 Division I wide receivers. The kids know where the money's at. Get me on the perimeter. Let me quarterback or get on the perimeter. That's where the money is. So I think it's the old term about diva wide receiver. You just can't do it anymore. There's just a surplus. I mean, last year, Puka, 5th round. Tank Dell, 3rd round. Stars, 5th and 3rd round.
How hard is it, though, to replace Deebo Samuel, who does so many things, versus Ayuk, who's more of your deep threat? He's obviously a burner, great hands.
Well, how many great deep threats are there in the league? I mean, to me, Ayuk's a top 5 receiver in the league. Deebo's the number 1 chess piece.
So who would you rather keep?
Well, they're 2 different players. I think because of the injury history of Kittle, Christian, and Trent, you'd probably keep Ayuk. I get their thinking. And the 2 receivers they drafted, I watch both play a lot. The Arizona kid's 4th round. He'll make them, I mean, he's a real player. But, I mean, it just shows you how good a receiver is. He was one of the Pac-12's best skill players, and he's drifting to the 4th round. There's a surplus in that position in the NFL. 2 hours flew by. You better bring your A game. It's Monday.
This isn't my A game.
Hour number 3 coming up next. Don't miss out on any of the NBA playoff action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Easy stuff, 90 seconds or less. Use the code HERD, H-E-R-D, that's me. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code HERD, only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY or 67369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/bball for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources.
You know our trusted partner TireRack.com for their fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and their great selection of best tires, like the highly consumer-rated Firestone Destination AT2. But did you know they sell other automotive products? Wheels, brakes, suspensions, just to name a few. Go to TireRack.com/Colin. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. The secret to getting endless hot water at home. Go tankless with Navien. Navien tankless water heaters provide endless hot water for spa-like comfort. How? They heat water on demand, right when you need it, instead of wasting energy by storing it in a tank, which means you get instant hot water that never, ever runs out. Right now, save hundreds on Navien tankless water heaters with local rebates. It's easy. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
The Herd. You're excited. I'm excited.
With Colin Cowherd.
Every great asset in America, mansions, your life, has insurance. But the difference is you pay into that insurance forever and never really cash it out. You know what else needs insurance? NFL teams at quarterback, Michael Penix. But the difference with this insurance policy, you'll pay into it for a year, and then it potentially will pay you for the next 15 and make you rich. And that's a bad investment.